Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and slap a Posi in this, I'm thinking. Since we're here, and that looks horrible, this looks all leaky, we don't like that. We're gonna go ahead and take it apart. Let's pull this rear cover off. Take the trailer hitch off. One less thing to hit my head on. This little project escalated from a brake job. Knew we had a brake problem. What better way to really fix a brake problem than installing a Posi? Got the drive shaft bushing thing going. Starting to smell like gear oil. I actually like the smell of gear oil. Smells pretty good. This will be a lot of cleaning. Come on now. There you go. There it is. My phone ringing? What's going on? Active minutes. Getting those active minutes here. Man, this cover is glued on. I don't know if it's ever been off before. Okay. I'm impressed I got on all those bolts without any more work. Well, we don't have the tool I really wanted to use for this, but we can do it this way. I don't want to mess up the cover. I usually use one of those plumbing tools, like for scraping the wax out around your donut seal. It's a real flat, wide, good scraper. Man, that nasty looking fluid. Okay, there's still a bolt in it? There is still a bolt in it. You guys saw it, because that's where the camera is, but I did not. It wasn't gonna just fall off now, was it? Oh, cool. At least one bolt fell in the fluid. There we go. It'll be nice and saucy for later. Lubed up those threads early on here. Okay, get this cover off. Let's take a look at what we got inside of there. Definitely gears. I believe this truck has 373s, which the Posi unit we bought also has 373s. So whichever gears look better, I'm gonna keep. There's a big old chunk missing off one of these. I might put the new ones in it. Say why not? Why not? Get this out of here and get it cleaned up. All the stuff needs to be cleaned up. Cleaned up a lot. Nasty. All pretty nasty. That's all pretty nasty. Okay, now I'm gonna do this with y'all. I'm gonna move my camera. Move my camera. See what size these are. Let me guesstimate 5/8. Hey, look at that. I'm gonna see if I can whistle these off with my little impact. You bet your ass I can. Here we go. One bolt. 2 bolts. 3 bolts. More light out here. Okay. Wear pattern on these gears looks good. I'm about to have the whole thing. I say that. Not even budging. Okay, let's see if we can budge it with this. Not a good angle for me to get leverage here. It's always better to pull than to push like I'm doing. I want to pull things that are tight, pull them loose. Now let's try it this way. That's pulling. Okay, broken loose. Get the rat shit off of there. And this will be from this side, my nice little work area right there. Now I've got the whole thing. The whole thing is loose. Oh, you know what I didn't do? Because I'm an idiot. I need to pop that loose first to get the axles out of the way. Like a maroon, I did not do that. Got all excited about taking this out and just zip these off. So I'm going to zip these right back in, just like that. Okay. There we go. Got my pin out. Now I can take this pin out. And now I can push in this axle with my foot, which I just did, and I can drop this pin, rotate the axle, there we go, get its little lock pin out. Holy shit, okay, I got it. Now I need to reach around here, tap this one in with a hammer, like so. Pop its little pin out, just like that. Okay. Now I just need to pop these axles out of the way. Axle 1 out of the way. Axle 2, port side, removed. These are pretty stout looking axles. Okay, the axles are out. Now we can pull the carrier out. All right, now we've got the whole thing. Say that. There it is. Big old shim stayed put. Pull this here open unit out. Okay. Leave the shims in there for now. We'll carry this over and swap her out. Now we're going to drive out these pinion races. It's important to be mindful of where you are under your vehicle in case it is to fall while you're hammering. You maybe didn't have your leg right under the brake drum or some sharp edge or something. Sometimes these things can fall, especially in a rock driveway like this. Beat on your race here. It's starting to move. Maybe, maybe not. Yeah, many years of lube in there. Shouldn't be dry. Hello. Yeah, it's moving. Not a lot, but it's moving. Okay, make sure I'm even hammering on the right edge. Oh yeah, I'm on there. Where I need to be. Moving good now. Getting it to start, that's hard. Oh yeah. Moving on out. Is it out? Nope, it's close though. Periodically make sure your truck's not moving. long way to go. And she's out. Okay. Now you guys are going to get the other side of that. I'm going to go to the other side and hammer this race out. Okay. Now we're going to knock this one out. Can barely get licks on that. Let's see if I have anything longer. Okay. Our plumb brake over here. Breaker bar. Some short licks on it. Race is out. I'm kind of sad. Pull these old American bearings out. At least a few of my new bearings are American. Not all of them, but some of them are. Okay, now we tap the new ones in. Use our old ones as driving tools and grease them up and get them started. Here. Okay, this race is American. This is a Timken. Can still find good parts. You just need to search for them. In pretty good. Going in real good. Going in so good we're almost driving in our ball bearing with it. Now we are. That'll be okay. We can get it out. We got it in, we'll get it out. We in solid? It's springing back like it's solid. Now let's get to the other side and we'll knock that back out. Okay, old race is out. Grease that up again real good. There are different rules of thumb on this seal. I don't know if we want to drive it all the way in or not. Although, we need to put the bearing in first. So we'll put the bearing in, then we'll start thinking about how we want to lay the seal in. If I could just go classic all the way. Oh, it's a good looking bearing. We're going to layer in all the way. think we like it. I'm going to grease this inner surface of the bearing. Make it nice and slick for that pinion gear to go in. And we'll grease our seal. Just like so. Okay. That's our old pinion gear. Easy there. This is our new pinion gear. They're both a 373 gear set. This is the shim that came out of the original gear. I've always learned that you keep the pinion shim from the original when you replace gears, and it's always worked. I've always had the right pinion depth. I've never used any, I don't know, I've never had any situation where that didn't work, so that's what we're going to do today. Yeah, let's get a little grease here. Grease that up. Put a little grease in here. A little greaseroo for whatever it's worth. We take our conduit. I'm going to start there you go. Screw all the way. I'm going to start about right there. Oh yeah, we can feel that moving. I'm not putting the bearing in a bind. That stopped pretty firm there. Let's see if we're there. We just need one more thing of conduit. We topped out on the, no, we didn't top out on the top of the gear, that's for sure. We appear to be all the way down. Okay. You can't forget your crush sleeve. You can probably tell this is the new one, this is the old one. It's hard to tell on here. The new one's a touch taller. So it'll work. Okay, get your new race here. That's all clean. This outer race has some grease on it. I'd have a lot more room if I can pull this spare out of here. Am I willing to do that? To have more workspace? Sure as hell thinking about it. I think I am going to. We have our larger pinion race started. I think it's called the inner pinion race. Get that the rest of the way in here. Look at that, we have all kinds of space in here now. Be way better for putting these gears in. Some of the brass is coming off on the bearing, but the bearing's okay. There it goes. Look at that. Met my hourly fitness goal here. Getting closer. Okay, now we can start using our old race. There's a little tool there. I think we can. Maybe. We're getting close. It sounds like it's in all the way. Make sure it feels like it is too. Might be in all the way. Need to check it. I'm gonna check it with this pick. And we are here all the way in. How about that? A little bit of fresh grease on it. Coax this little guy in there. I don't even believe that. It's just pushing on the seal. That kind of makes sense. Feels okay. We have to get down to the fun stuff. Okay, initially, if we can get this to start threading, put this on, start our nut. I'm going to be able to hold this and the end of the pinion. Using the old nut, which you're not supposed to do, but I'm also using some blue Loctite in it. Okay, not get underneath the drum there. Man, I wish I could just grab a hold of this. I just feel like that's a bad idea. Make that a little bit stronger. Shorter and shorter there. Okay, we're looking for about 20 to 25 inch-pounds since we have new bearings. Check my notes there just to be sure. But I imagine you wouldn't mind me sharing that with you. Here's how we're going to check it. Right now we're at 10 inch-pounds. Boom. Okay. 20 to 25 inch-pounds to get this to start rotating. Not quite 20. We're getting closer though. That's 20, right at 20 inch-pounds. Let me just go after it a tiny bit more. I don't know if that even moved. 20 is actually really good. I might just stay there. Okay, that looks like 20 to 25. Here's the part I've been looking forward to. This is the last part that really requires much thought. It's setting up the relationship between the ring and the pinion and the preload of carrier bearings. It should be self-decided by our outside shim in the right relationship between the ring and the pinion. Now, first we need to put the bearings on. Okay, the press is where we want it. I've already put grease on there. Let's take a couple of these here. Some EMT here. And don't let it go because you hadn't even started your bearing yet. Don't be a maroon about it. I'll try to fall off there. That's on all the way. All the way. Do we like that? I think we do. I think we like it. Okay, that's all pressed on. Presto changeo. This is the race with that bearing. This other is the race for the other side. Okay. I'd cleaned all this out. You want to get this sterile clean. A lot of times you can put gears in with your shims and check your lash, and then let's just say it's a little tight, which means that the carrier needs to go that way. You can take it back out and sometimes just clean the surface better, put it back in, and you'll have more lash. It'll make that big of a difference. So, clean is very, very important. You can do that when it's already relatively clean. Feels wonderful. This was my left side. I always do the top bolt first. There's 30 and 30. With that brake line out of the way. I didn't give myself much of a swing space here, did I? Here we go for 60 foot-pounds. Probably wasn't very good. I think I like the backlash, but I haven't checked it yet. These are used gears, so it doesn't have to be crazy tight. Do I have a dial indicator? I don't think I do, but I think it feels good. I think I'm just gonna lather some grease onto the gears. It varies from gear set and brand. It's generally 0.005 to 0.015. In a lot of cases, like 0.008. But I set up a few of these in my time. That feels about right. Rolling. Okay, gears are set up, the pattern's good. Now we're gonna put the axles in the center pin and then cover this up and put fluid in it. Go for the port side axle first here. I'm gonna put these in smooth side out. All right, here's my center section pin. I've had it in the freezer, make it a little bit smaller. If that worked. I mean, probably. There you go. Nothing quite like forcing something when it doesn't go. Okay, going past the axles. Success so far. See if I can rotate this just a touch. I need to put a wrench on it. It's got flat sides. Actually, about where it needs to be. Okay. We're gonna grab some stuff to wiggle that in the rest of the way. All about the wiggle. Here we go. This is a pull it out a little bit, and when you go back in. Let's take a look at the other side without rotating it so far that hits the pinion. Oh, it's so close, it's ridiculous. I think I need to hit it harder. That's a pretty tight fit. Usually don't fit like that. That one does. It'll help with the Posi effect. Use a little blue Loctite on there. Get my little pin started. A wrench wouldn't fit around this bolt for it to go all the way in, so I ground that out so I could still use this bolt. You probably wanted one of the smaller head bolts, but that's what we had. I was able to grind that out, and it works great. Works like it oughta. I want to use something I think is compatible with these gears, or with any gears, to check my backlash. I'm gonna give this white grease a shot. See what that looks like. Yeah, that's getting good center gear contact there. You can probably see the pattern fairly well. Yeah, it's right in the middle of the gear. Depth looks good. Looks good front to back. See the way it's cleaning it off the gear? It's nice deep contact where it covers the whole gear. It's about perfect backlash. We like it. I do think it's best for everyone to do their own research on gear lash, depending on brand and preference and skill and whatever else you got going on in your project, in your head, everywhere else. I've already driven this truck and it did great. They were silent. It didn't give me any trouble at all. I just felt like giving it a good old inspection and cleaning it up first. I always feel like if the pattern looks good and it feels good, I don't think you could have a good pattern without good lash. Good enough for me. So now we're going to put the cover back on, fill it up with fluid, then we can go drive it. Oh, I painted it so it'd be nice and beautiful. Showstopper here. Put that happy little bolt through there. Okay, bolt, sling, and magnet. Not tight. Just sort of started. Bottomed out, but not tight. Enough where the torque wrench will still register 10 foot-pounds once we start torquing here. Okay, now we pull the torque wrench out. Ten. I'm sure it's fairly close to the right tightening pattern here. Okay, there's 10. Go back, make all those 20. Doing a crisscross pattern so you don't piss off any of the engineers. Look at that, 2 side by side. It's making them all cringe. So there we go. Just torqued all these down. Got all that clean and pretty. Now let's go fill her up. Boop. Where'd my ratchet go? How do I lose all my tools? Come on, muscles. Multitask. Yeah, it's not gonna work. I need more leverage. Yep, not a magnet on that. Now we're going to fill her up with fluid. Big old rock in my pants. Using good old 80W90 weight here. Non-synthetic. I feel like that's usually better for... I feel like that's always preferred on, if not mandatory, on break-in stuff. There's one. Whoa! Quart number 2 going in. Okay, topping it off is putting fluid in it until it pours out. I'd say that's topped off. And that would be trying to put the head in, that bolt in there backwards. So that's that. Man, that's not even 2 quarts. It's all filled up. All right. we can tell it's a Posi. Don't hear anything weird. Check my fluid again. I know it circulated some. Yeah, we're still good. Still good. Okay.